And welcome back. Just in the process of removing the old windage tray / oil pan gasket, as we stated in a previous video. We're going to go ahead and replace it since we were able to get the oil pan dropped out of here. And it is RTV'd in 4 spots on this pan, like we were talking about earlier. You've got the 2 spots here in the rear, and there's 2 spots in the front that you put a bead RTV on before you put the timing cover back in place. But these 2 spots in the rear, they put a pretty good amount of RTV on these corners, so it does a pretty good job of holding this pan in place. And be careful of this pan, because these little metal cutouts they have in here, some of these have some pretty sharp edges in it, so you don't want to, you don't want to reach in here with an ungloved hand and pull down on this, because it's probably do a pretty good job of cutting you up. So what I'm finding seems to work to start cracking this loose is just to take a plastic trim removal tool like you see right here, and all I'm doing is pushing it and working it into the edge between the block of the motor and the front and the windage tray / seal itself. And I don't know if you'll be able to hear it do that, but you can kind of hear just having this in there and wedging it and putting some pressure on it. You can kind of hear that oil pan start to crack loose a little bit. And you can see all I'm doing is just kind of working my way around the edges here, just kind of forcing that in there just to apply some pressure to help kind of start to crack this 2 RTV beads here in the rear loose. And then once these come loose, this windage tray should pop out of here. Now I'm just using a plastic trim tool to avoid using like a screwdriver or something and gouging that mating surface where that gasket goes in. Now it is steel, it's not aluminum, so you might be able to use a little bit of a metal bar or something in here, but again, just trying to be mindful and making sure that don't cause any kind of an issue. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the camera at this point and just kind of continue to work this trim tool around, just putting pressure between it and the block that you can see here, and keep working it until I can get these old RTV beads to pop loose. And then when we get this out of here, we'll bring you back. Okay, so just wanted to show you this. I found it easier to get this tool and underneath this corner and just kind of rock it from side to side and get this RTV on this corner side here to break loose. And then once you've done that, you can see you got a fair bit of play in here that you can now kind of just get your hand up in here and get a nice bite on the edge of this without sticking your hands through one of these holes and potentially cutting yourself. So it looks like you can actually, as you can see, I can put a fair bit of pressure on this pan now, grab on a corner of this, and I can hear the RTV up front kind of cracking loose at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch around to the front and do the same bit with the tool and on those front beads, and see if I can get those front beads to cut free as well. And once I can get that done, like I said, I'll bring you back. And welcome back. So I just wanted to show you the front of this pan here and these 2 spots that are RTV'd in, which is the 1 spot here on this side, 1 spot on this side. I'm going to push the windage tray back up and kind of show you that they had quite the liberal serving of RTV on those 2 front joints, and it was definitely what's holding this pan in place. So what it took to get those 2 front RTV things to break loose, and again, you don't necessarily have to do it this way. I was just more concerned about damage or putting gouges in the block. But I mean, it's a steel block. You can probably get away with some type of paint scraper or something rather than a plastic trim tool. But my course of action was to kind of use this tool here, kind of work it until I could get it underneath the beginning of the edge there, and just kind of work it in like a saw-like motion back and forth until I could get enough of the tool in there to get that seal, that RTV seal, to break free, and did that on both sides. If you remember, we got the rear RTV joint to break free on this driver's side, so I just kind of worked that forward and kind of again did that little saw-like motion until I could get a gap in there, and just kind of kept working it until I get the tool far enough in to break that seal. And as you can see right now, we're only being held up by that rear piece of RTV. So I'm gonna go to work on that one, and when we finally get this tray out of here, I'll bring it back. So I just want to working on this last sticky bit of RTV, and you can see that, you know, once you're able to get enough space in there just to kind of wedge this in here, and then it does a fairly good job, as you can see, of slicing through what is it, that RTV, and there we go. So that got through the last bit of it. Windage tray is free. Let's go ahead and drop this out of the vehicle here, and you can see there's our windage tray / oil pan gasket. And then we'll get this out in the light so you can see it more. But again, I know I'm overly harping on this and being a little redundant, but I just wanted to show you that you know, if you had to do this in your driveway without being able to pull the engine, it can be done. But you can see the residue of the RTV patch there, that little square patch. They loaded it with RTV and then kind of sandwiched it in place. One there on that corner, one there on that corner, and you got one each on the front corners as well. And that's more or less what's holding that windage tray in place, even once you drop that oil pan. And there's our infamous stud where our pickup tube is, our pickup tube support bracket, our reinforcement bracket, is bolted into. Now the nice thing is, it doesn't appear that there is an actual groove here, at least not on this piece, so we can get in here and kind of scrape this clean and get all of this old RTV off. Now it's going to make for a very interesting reinstall, because on the front, well, probably be better to show it to you now that the windage tray is out. Hold on a second. Let's get ourselves rotated around here so we can get a shot of it. And let's get some light on the subject. Right here at the end of the light, this smooth piece of block is where that RTV sits up against. And based on where I pulled that windage tray off, it looks like part of it is on this piece and the other part of it just kind of catches the front timing cover. So it looks like the method for install, based on kind of what we have to deal with to get the oil pan out of here, is going to be, again, more or less like a Jenga puzzle. Getting the windage tray in place, getting our pickup tube in place, you know, prepping the rear of the windage tray with the two pieces of RTV that it needs, getting our pickup tube bolted back in place at this point, and then possibly just putting the rear oil pan bolts in place to help sandwich that RTV where it needs to be to help maintain that seal. And then on the front, possibly not putting the front oil pan bolts in until the front timing assembly is ready to go back together. And then putting the two pieces of RTV on the oil pan gasket. There should be enough slack if I don't put the bolts at the front. in order to kind of get it down enough to get the RTV sealant on there and then sandwich it in place. The only other way I could think to do it would be to put the front of the engine together first, timing chain, oil pump, cam, everything, get it in time, get it ready to go, and get the front of it prepped to where the front timing cover is ready to go on. That way we can get everything back here prepped to include the pickup tube. So that way when we push the oil pan in place and put the bolts in, then once we get to the front, we're ready to put, we'll go ahead and have the front timing cover already installed, already bolted up. And that way when we push the windage tray and the oil pan in place, we could just tighten all our oil pan bolts, and we'll have the RTV mushed in the areas it needs to be mushed into at that point, and then we should be good. But like I said, I'm still kind of debating which way to go with it, but we'll definitely bring you along for the ride when it's time to get to that piece. And I might make this its own upload, since this is actually the last bit of the deinstall as far as hardware, and everything else going forward is just going to be a reinstall. So this will make for a relatively short video, but hopefully useful nonetheless if you find yourself in a position of having to replace this oil pan gasket, and you know, needing to be in your driveway or your garage to do it. But like I said, I'm going to come through here and get this old RTV cleaned out of here and get this prepped for new material. And then once we're ready to get things reinstalled, we'll bring you back. And yeah, let's do one more thing. I know I'm rambling. You can always feel free to skip forward, but so just to kind of show you what that looks like on the windage tray, there's the one corner there, and you can see the amount of RTV goop that they put into the corner. So this is the front part here, and there's a really good shot of it there. You can kind of see all this RTV, they put enough in there that it all just kind of mushed off to the edges, and that's why it was so hard to break that free. But this is the front of the windage tray, where your oil pickup tube would normally come up front to meet the oil pump. And the block piece, you can see this square piece of RTV here. It kind of stops right there, but then the front of the timing cover kind of catches this area here. So you know, that's why I'm kind of thinking that we're going to put the cam and the timing and everything on the front of the engine, and put the front timing cover back in place and get that all ready to go. And that way when we go to raise the oil pan, everything can kind of mush and meld together, and we're not putting the oil pan up first and then trying to get the timing cover to meet it. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best course of action. But well, that's it. Like I said, I'll upload this as a separate video, and next time we come back, we'll be doing we'll go ahead and do the cam install. We'll get the new lifters put in, and then we'll start putting the front timing assembly and Hellcat oil pump that we previewed in the previous video and all that together, and we'll go from there. So everything from this point forward is going to start to be reassembly, and now the fun begins. And chat at you later.